So I was finally able to put some miles on the Renegade. Gave me a little bit better idea of what this machine is about and how it's going to handle on the trails once they open up this summer. I had a very limited amount of space that I could ride in, so I didn't get a lot of riding time in, only like an hour and a half. But I just wanted to go over a few things that I planned on changing about it, and just go over a few of the things that I didn't touch on last time as far as the differences between the Renegade XXC and the base Renegade. I mentioned before that it does have the beadlock wheels, and it has a fully adjustable suspension, which at some point I'm going to be playing around with the settings on that more to better suit how I want to ride it and how it's going to ride in the type of conditions that I'm going to be taking it in. Other than those two things, it also has power steering. It's tri-mode power steering. It has 3 different settings. It has low, medium, and high, and that helps out quite a bit. I really did like that a lot. It was definitely something that I'm glad I got this model for, not just for that reason. A lot of the features on this, the base one doesn't have, but having that power steering made a huge difference. It's something that I didn't think I would like as much as I did until I actually got to use it. This I'm not too sure about. On the XXC, it does have stainless steel brake lines. You can see the line there. And I'm not sure if the base model Renegade has that, or if it's just on the XXC version. But I thought that was pretty interesting that it came with that. It's not something you see on a lot of ATVs as far as having stainless steel brake lines. I mean, maybe it is common, and I've just been out of the game too long to really know that, but I was kind of shocked by that, honestly. Now, one of the things I plan on changing or adding, I'm going to put on a winch on the front, and I'm going to add a radiator protector in the front here, just to protect the radiator from any debris or rocks or anything from hitting it. It's only like $60 for one, so that's something I'll be picking up. And I'm going to powder coat this front bumper, the foot pegs, and this brace back here. This isn't really a bumper. I don't know what the hell this really is or what it's called, but I want to powder coat those 3 things the same red as the wheels and the shock springs on it. I think that would make it look a little bit better, because that silver aluminum bumper doesn't really seem to match the rest of the four-wheeler as far as the color scheme on it. And being that it's on the outside, I kind of wanted it to match a little bit more. I also plan on adding a Trinity exhaust to it, and before that I'm going to add a fuel tuner, because these are notorious for coming extremely lean from the factory, and that's something that I don't want to have to deal with later on down the road. So I'm going to pick up a fuel tuner for it to help correct that lean condition that it has, so I don't run into any issues. I've seen some of these machines that have had melt-in plastic issues. The plastic right along through here, up underneath the seat, and down through here will melt because the exhaust will get so hot from the lean condition that it will melt that. And I think a lot of people do some of the wrong things, like running 91 or 93 octane fuel in this, which you can, but you really shouldn't, because that's going to lead to the fuel mixture being even, not the mixture, but lead to the exhaust getting even hotter than what it was designed for, because it's meant to run on 87. You can run 91 or 93 and it will be fine as far as it running, but your exhaust is going to run hotter. So I'm not sure if the melting plastic problem was from people not putting the correct fuel in it, or if it actually does get that hot where the plastics are just melting because it's so lean from the factory. But either way, with getting a exhaust for the Renegade, it's going to have a fuel tuner anyway. So that's something that, you know, whether I want to get the tuner or not, the fact that I have to do the exhaust is something that requires it anyway. But that was just a few more things that I planned on doing to it, and there's a few other things that I mentioned that I didn't mention in the first video. I'm hoping that someday that spring will actually arrive here and I'll get to ride it a lot more than what I have so far. But that's all for now. If you have any questions about this model or the Renegade in general, feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer it. Thank you.